Hey everybody, Jeppy here, and I am going to make an absolute fool of myself for this video. So if you want to see me embarrass myself beyond belief, then continue watching, because today I am going to reenact every single agent's ultimate voice line here in Valorant. I've been wanting to make a video like this for quite some time, but I knew I'd definitely take an L for this video and it'd be super embarrassing. And I was really nervous to upload it, but you know what? I'm just gonna do it because, yeah, I thought it'd be pretty funny. So what I'm first gonna do is start off with Astra, then work our way all the way in alphabetical order, all the way to Yoru at the very end. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So first starting us off is going to be Astra.
Well divided. You are divided.
All right, so I'm gonna try to copy that. So for the ally one, we have world divided. You are divided. Oh, that was probably really bad, I can imagine. But, you know, moving on to Breach.
Let's go! Off your feet!
So when the ally Breach pops his ultimate, he says, oh boy, this is gonna be a tough one. I have to really yell for this one. He says, let's go! Oh man, it's good. Dude, I'm gonna lose my voice by the end of this video. And then the enemy Breach says, off your feet! Actually, probably wasn't too bad, to be honest. I don't know what it sounds like on, you know, the audio, but that probably wasn't too bad. All right, guys, let's move on to Brimstone.
Open up the sky. Prepare for hellfire.
So when your ally Brimstone pops his ultimate, he says, oh boy, here we go. Open up the sky. And then when the enemy one pops his ultimate, he says, prepare for hellfire. It probably was bad. Well, let's move on to Chamber. That should be pretty easy, right? Probably not.
They are so dead. You want to play? Let's play.
For the ally one, he's got a little bit of French accent, so instead of it's they, it's like a zest. So he says, they are so dead. And then the enemy one, he says, you want to play? Let's play. That probably was super cringe. Oh, let's move on to Cypher now.
Where is everyone hiding? I know exactly where you are.
All right, so when the ally Cypher pops his ultimate, he says, where is everyone hiding? And then when the enemy Cypher pops his ultimate, he says, I know exactly where you are. That was probably bad. Let's move on to Jet.
Watch this. Get out of my way.
So Jet is pretty easy. It's only 2 words for the ally one, and she says, watch this. And then for the enemy, she says, get out of my way. That was cringe. KO next, shall we?
No one walks away. You are powerless.
So for KOs, you know, when an ally KO pops his ultimate, he says, no one walks away. Ooh, that was bad. And then for the enemy one, he says, you are powerless. Yeah, that really didn't sound like KO very much, did it? Let's move on to Killjoy.
Initiated. You should run.
So when an ally Killjoy throws down her lockdown, she says, initiated. And when an enemy Killjoy throws down her lockdown, she says, oh boy, here we go. You should run. Let's move on to, Omen's next.
Watch them run. Scatter.
Let's move on to Omen. For the ally one, Omen, he says, watch them run. That was really bad. And for the enemy one, he says, scatter. Yeah, that was bad. Let's move on to who's next. Phoenix is next.
Come on, let's go. Joke's over. You're dead.
This one shouldn't be too bad, right? Or it might be. I don't know. Ally Phoenix says, come on, let's go. And then the enemy Phoenix says, joke's over. You're dead. It probably wasn't too bad. Let's move on to Raze. I feel like Raze is going to be awful for me.
Here comes the party. Fire in the hole.
Now, this is going to be a little tough for me to do, I can imagine. But for the ally showstopper, for the Raze, she says, here comes the party. The enemy Raze says, fire in the hole. I just can't do Raze, all right? Let's see if Reyna can help me out a little bit better.
They will cower. The hunt begins.
So I just listened to the voice line, and it's not going to help me out at all. Reyna's ally one says, they will cower. That probably didn't sound like her at all. The enemy one says, the hunt begins. Next up is Sage.
Your duty is not over. You will not kill my allies.
So when an ally Sage brings you back to life from the brink of death, she says this to you. She says, your duty is not over. That probably was really bad. But when an enemy Sage rises an enemy from the dead, she says, you will not kill my allies. Let's move on to Sky now.
Seek them out. I've got your trail.
So when a ally Sky throws out her seekers, my impersonation of it is seek them out. Yeah, that's not her at all. Oh, let's try the enemy one. I've got your trail. That was probably not like awful, but it probably wasn't good. Let's move on to Sova next. Ooh, I love Sovas.
I am the hunter, nowhere to run.
So I say these ones literally all the time, so I should be a freaking pro at this one, right? So in ally Sova, when he launches out that crazy bow and arrow, you'll hear him say, I am the hunter. And then for the enemy one, he says, nowhere to run. That's my favorite voice lines, honestly. Ooh, next up is Viper, another ultimate voice line I really love.
Don't get in my way. Welcome to my world.
The ally one's a little tough for me, so I'm just gonna try it. All right, don't get in my way. That probably sounded awful, but the enemy one, I love saying it's welcome to my world. That was probably bad. Yeah, let's move on to Yoru, the last one actually.
I'll handle this. Who's next?
So hopefully this one is easy to end off the video, and the ally one for Yoru is I'll handle this. Oh, that was so bad. The enemy one is who's next? Well, guys, I tried my very best. Yeah, and I know that this video is probably cringe, but you know, if you're alone in a room by yourself, or if you're alone in the house, just try to say these voice lines yourself. It's really hard. Well, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to notifications if you're new. Now, with all that being said, for the love of God, Jeppy out. Oh my God.